6, everybody. Welcome to the channel. In fact, go ahead and take some electric cherry. Thank you very much. This is round 1, everybody. Welcome. Now, I know what you're gonna say. People in the past have capped on me for this theory, but I'll tell you this. We now have reasons to fortify and advance our speculations as to what we could be getting at the end of this Black Ops 6 Zombies season. And my God, first of all, I'm having a great time. I think it's great. First of all, it's been all of our dreams to have Transit come back. Maybe it's going to be in Black Ops 6, maybe COD 2025. Honestly, we really don't know. But something that's just been on everyone's mind right now is DLC 3, the mansion, obviously, which I do believe is coming at the beginning of Season 3. I know that's far-fetched, all right? But so far, we've had a zombie map every single season. Latest? Probably Season 3 Reloaded, but I'm hoping for before that, and I think you are too. Now, here's the thing about the mansion. This map has to be huge, and it has to include Richtofen. If you guys don't remember, Richtofen was one of the main marketing points for a character in Black Ops 6 Zombies before the game even released, and the fact that we've only had some small, 15-second radios featuring Nolan North, we are long overdue to see Richtofen in Black Ops 6 Zombies, and I think it's gonna happen here in the mansion. Take an Ethereum crystal, my lord. Now, Richtofen isn't the only one in the mansion, no. Samantha is too in that giant ball. And we know at this point they're pretty much versing each other. I foresee the Easter egg in the mansion being world-altering. It has to be huge. Now, how could this Easter egg be world-altering? Well, in the tomb ending cutscene, we heard Samantha talking about an element that can only be harvested at Liberty Falls. She refers to it as Tempus, all right? And apparently, this element, okay, remember that word for real. Tempus, this element is used to actually make sure that the Sentinel artifact does its job, I guess you could say, or it's needed for the Sentinel artifact to perform this giant thing that maybe we don't even know could happen yet. And when we think of an Easter egg, the fact that it's been built up to this means that we will probably end up using the Sentinel artifact at the mansion in Liberty Falls with this Tempus element. Now, what could Tempus be? Well, we've heard Cortifex talk about it in the past because that's what Cortifex was trying to gain, the Tempus element to actually gain control, I believe, of the Dark Ether with the Sentinel artifact. Now that's all up to Richtofen. I believe that is his plan, but why? Could it be to save his family? Could it be to bring back the old previous Ether storyline? We don't know, but I think we're bound to find out. And here is something that you may not forget, because I can't even believe when I thought of this earlier. Let's just say that Tempus is element 115, which honestly at this point it's not a far off guess, considering in Modern Warfare 3 we had the return of the 115 camo. Why would they bring that back, especially for Zombies fans, if it was gonna mean nothing in the future, especially considering these camos were remade? All right, they remade 115 assets. And correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe before the game came out in the files, they had found 115 meteor file types. Am I correct on that? Let me know down in the comments below. Seriously, I want to be correct, but this is just so exciting. Hear me out. Considering that Liberty Falls is the only location that can harness the Tempus element, why is it that specific location? All right, why not anywhere else in the world? Well, what if Tempus is not actually from this universe? And the only link to getting Tempus is through Richtofen and Samantha themselves. You see, we've already gotten the Sentinel artifact from this universe, right? Now all it takes, I believe, in the mansion is a world-altering Easter egg, bridging the gap between the old Ether and the new storyline, allowing Tempus, element 115, to make its way through and give that Sentinel artifact full power.
Full power.
This is round 2, everybody. Welcome. In fact, go and take some PhD flopper. Thank you very much. Oh. Right now, I'd love to take the opportunity to talk about the future of Black Ops 6 Zombies and its DLCs. Take an Ethereum crystal. Here's the thing. We know the mansion is going to be a smaller map. We know that's going to probably, honestly, be followed by Janus Towers. The towers that, at least at this point, we believe we can see outside Liberty Falls. And now, based on recent leaks, we are potentially getting a 5th DLC map. That's correct. That takes place in the Dark Ether. Now, that's very interesting to me because I'm not the biggest fan of Dark Ether oriented maps. I like when they have parts in the Dark Ether, like the Tomb, like Liberty Falls, where the whole map doesn't have to be purple, okay? But you see that 5th DLC map that's been leaked, apparently taking place in the Dark Ether, intrigues me a lot, and I'll tell you why. You see, in the later quarter of last year, we had leaks come out saying that the initial launch zombie map for Call of Duty 2025 would be a transit-style remake with the original crew returning. Yes, we're talking Dempsey, Takio, Nikolai, and Richtofen. Are you kidding me? That sounds amazing, but I don't know, it just doesn't seem right yet. You're telling me Black Ops 6 is going to end on a cliffhanger, and then we're just going to have this brand new story yet again with the original crew on our next game? I don't believe so. I don't think so. And we know at this point in the zombies community, we should take every leak and rumor with a grain of salt. They had leaked out that a transit-style map was coming to Call of Duty 2025. What if it's not Call of Duty 2025 and it's just coming to Call of Duty in 2025? What if the 5th DLC is a Dark Ether version of Liberty Falls? After we do all the Easter eggs and the universes collide, Liberty Falls would then start to look like the zombie map we had all imagined. And I think that's totally plausible, to be honest. 5 maps for BO6 makes a lot of sense. Well, DLC maps in this case. And considering they already have a lot of assets and now will be maps close to each other, Janus Towers, the Mansion, and Liberty Falls, it would be the perfect location for a transit-style map. I can't see, well, I kind of see, okay, but I can't see Treyarch taking the Mansion, Janus Towers, and Liberty Falls, turning it into a transit-style map, and then releasing it in the next game. Now, that would just seem like they're reusing assets to the fullest extent, and I don't think fans would like that, and I think Treyarch knows that, which is why I believe in Black Ops 6 and our final Dark Ether DLC, it may just be an ether-corrupted version of Liberty Falls built into a transit-style map. It makes perfect sense. Like I said earlier, with their ether-colliding Easter egg in the Mansion, 115 potentially returning, what else would come? The original characters. It makes perfect sense. This is round 3, everybody. Now we get to the fun part. What would a transit-style etherized version of Liberty Falls even look like? Well, I actually got a pretty good idea. First of all, the skybox has got to change, and if you don't remember, the time that our crew was sent to fight at Liberty Falls, that's when the outbreak had just started, and it makes sense that the town didn't look completely zombified because it had not been taken over yet. But now that our crew is returning to the mansion, I'm wondering if by looking outside the map, we can see the ultimate destruction that took place in between those two different times. I think if something huge happens at the mansion and the universes collide, we could see the return of a lot of fan favorite features from the old Ether storyline that just make sense, complete 100% sense, take an Ethereum Crystal here in Black Ops 6. Now, when it comes to the aesthetics, there is one thing that just rubs me the wrong way for some reason, all right? And that's the fact that barriers are not here. What a staple for Call of Duty Zombies, unmistakably from any other game. If you see barriers on that window, you know it's zombies, okay? Especially they're in a particular fashion. And believe it or not, we already have proof for barriers in Black Ops 6. I made a whole video about this. For some reason, no one else is talking about it, but I found barriers on Liberty Falls that actually had the exact same building placement as barriers we've seen in the past. Those are the only barriers I can find. And in fact, all the windows in Black Ops 6, with the light shining through the barbed wire, are made to look, honestly, like barriers should be there. Is that some sort of mechanic they didn't have on launch? Or is it something they're waiting to add because they know it has to make sense in the story? With barriers returning, so would Carpenter. Man, I love that power up, especially the way they said it. Also, classic mechanics. My God. First of all, bring back double tap. I think it's going to happen. Classic mechanics such as no armor, okay? No weapon rarities, none of that. Give us the classic mode option. We've talked about it before. It's been leaked in the files. I think if that were to come to fruition, it would be played on the Dark Ether Liberty Falls Transit style map remake, okay? It makes perfect sense. If they were to reintroduce a lot of these old perks, old mechanics, instead of them just adding it in a season blog post update, how cool would it be if you beat the Easter egg, now these universes collide, and you reap the rewards of everything that you had in that old universe? It makes complete sense from a story perspective. And I think if they were to release this transit style map, they would have to start with the M1911, the classic pistol that we've always started with in Call of Duty Zombies. I mean, come on. Makes sense for the time period. I think that could be a good gun. Liberty Falls and the rest of Black Ops 6 honestly has so much potential. Y'all, you know, one of my favorite parts of making these videos is continuing the conversations down below below. I know this is a huge theory, so I know you probably got your own input and something to say, and I want to hear. Guys, if you haven't already, go ahead and give this video a like, man. We're trying to get to 5,000 subs very soon, and you know what that means. I'm buying Call of Duty Vanguard for the first time, and I'm going to play it. But I'm also going to Alcatraz, Mob of the Dead Island, San Francisco in real life. I hope to see you guys again real soon. I hope you enjoyed my theory for today, and if you want me to talk about it some more, I would be honored to. Guys, take care. Thank you.